So if you want to plug events on RCTV, visit us at the Ginza Complex, Old Benilid Road, Cebu City, and you can call us at 416-2202 or email us at aroundtown@rctv.com.ph. Now that's it for Real Happenings. Coming up next is Real Life. Welcome to Real Life. For this episode, we have had the chance of meeting Miss Miriam Brillo, one of the many breast cancer survivors, and of course, Mr. Ronald De Los Reyes of the Eduardo J. Aboitiz Foundation, Incorporated. Their stories are very inspiring, and what they have to say is important, so watch this. Hi everyone, I'm Alexis, and welcome to Real Life. Today, I'm excited to introduce to you all our special guests. For this episode, we have Miriam Brillo and Ronald De Los Reyes. Hi guys, welcome to Real Life. For the sake of our viewers, this month of October we're celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we have here Sir Ronald with Eduardo J. Foundation, Eduardo J. Aboitiz Foundation Incorporated. Sir Ron, can you tell us what is your foundation's take this year for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
For one, the program is basically, we have been in existence for the past 25 years, and then for all these years, we have been advocating for the prevention and early detection of cancer.
Okay.
So this is precisely one of the reasons why we've been doing media advocacy campaigns.
Yes.
To promote early detections.
Okay.
And if possible, prevention of cancer.
Okay, so what are the different activities that you do in order to do the early detection, for example?
For the past years, we normally visit communities or barangays to hold free breast screening. At the same time, if a patient, for example, are found to have a lump, we, in most cases, we provide assistance for the diagnostic procedure to detect if the lump is basically if it's a benign or malignant. Okay,
all right. So Miss Miriam here, guys, is actually a breast cancer survivor. Yes. Okay. Miss Miriam, I know that this is a very sensitive topic also for you. However, that's the reason why we're here. You know, to be able to reach out to people who might be going through the same thing, or who doesn't even know yet, you know, that they are going through something like this. I know that it's very complicated, you know, and especially very difficult to accept. Once you find out, once you have been diagnosed with breast cancer, can you share your experience with us?
When I was diagnosed last 2009, it was malignant.
Okay.
And then pag biopsy, stage 2, stage 2B. So, medyo, ko nga, wow, naaday ko ani.
Maog yun.
So, I'm just praying nga, kung naalay makatabang na foundation ka makatabang sa kasula kong operation, naging ko way kung asa ko doon. So, nakadungog ko sa Aboitiz, sa ICHAP, na kuan sila og mga cancer patient. So, nidool ko. So, kanang swerte lang nga ang akong kuan stage 2 medyo early pa.
Early pa na siya.
So, sila gid ang nagkuan ako nga kanang sponsoran ko nila sa akong operation.
Okay. So basically your first reaction was, of course, nahadlok ka, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, nga murag nganong ako. Did you go through that stage also?
Ako kay nga nganong ako. So nakaingon ko nga, wow, kande ko no, maigo ko day ko ani. So I accepted that the fact na inaana din ay so dala na lang ang po nga maka-survive ko. So nangita gyud ko way nga makuan ko ma-treat ko ani nga kuan na sickness.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Guys, when we come back, we're gonna get to know more about breast cancer during the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right here on Real Life. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Real Life. We're still here with Miriam Brillo and Ronald De Los Reyes. And before the break, we were talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we were speaking with Miss Miriam here, who is a breast cancer survivor. So, Miss Miriam, I know that there are a lot of treatments that you had to go through. Please share with us your experience as a treatment.
Now, after my surgery, I was advised to have a chemo.
Okay, so chemotherapy after the surgery. Okay.
Anang wala ko ni gusto kay financially I cannot afford because my uncle kanang kanang 50,000 per session and I have to go to 6 sessions. So,
oh my goodness. Okay.
nagproblema ko So, ang akong surgeon ningon siya nga okay man na ma'am kung ERPR positive ko, pwede ra ko magtamoxifen.
Okay.
So, nagtamoxifen ko. I was scheduled, the tamoxifen will be for 5 years.
Okay.
Onya, moto nga.
So, unsa man ni siya kanang tambal ra nga imo siyang i-take? Oral siya, dili ka kailangan mag-chemotherapy.
Oo.
No?
Tamoxifen normally it's like a pill. So every day you take it once a day.
Okay. All right. So, Sir Ronald, what is the participation of your foundation sa treatment ni Miss Miriam?
In her case, we sponsored her surgical operations, modified radical mastectomy. So,
okay.
That's our assistance. But normally, we encourage patients to go through the complete treatment cycle. But just as what like Yami shared, they are not financially capable to like finance the whole treatment because in our case we do provide like a financial assistance for chemotherapy but only in the last cycle of the treatment, not for the first or the first 5 cycles of the treatment.
Okay, so in the last cycle you shoulder the expenses in full or in part?
In part.
In part, okay. So there is still assistance nonetheless. Okay, which is very good, actually. So Ronald, you've been doing this, like you said, for how many years now?
25
years now. And how many years have you been with the foundation?
This is my 8th year.
Wow, this is your 8th year now? Okay, so recalling your experiences during the first time you joined the foundation, how has the women's reaction changed towards your initiatives?
I think there have been like progress. When I started way back in 2004, there ain't a lot of women who submits themselves for clinical breast exam. I think before, or women who are diagnosed with breast cancer, they don't go out public, so they keep their diagnosis to themselves or in the family. But for the past years, I think especially for the past 5 years, if you notice, breast cancer or campaign against breast cancer has been like been all over.
Yes.
In Cebu, in particular, like a lot of both public and private institutions are actually joining the fight against breast cancer, and then a lot of young women are now open to like submit themselves for the regular breast or clinical. This is what we call a clinical breast examinations or early detection measures. So, in fact, for the past 3 years, we have patients who are actually younger women. So, the youngest we had is basically like, she was diagnosed at 21 years old. Now she's 24, having her chemotherapy treatment.
Okay.
So, basically, it used to be like the older women.
Yeah.
But now, a lot of younger women are basically coming out and are submitting themselves for screening.
Yes.
Or
so you really never know, if you have it or not unless you get yourself screened for that.
Yes, that should be the attitude of all women.
And it doesn't.
They feel something or they don't feel anything in their breast. They need to observe regular early detection measures.
Okay.
For one, like for example, this is one of our advocacy. All women at the age of 20, they're supposed to do monthly breast self-examination.
Okay.
So monthly once a month breast self-examination.
Self-examination.
The best time is basically 5 to 10 days after the last day of their menstrual period.
Okay.
So hopefully all women will observe these measures.
Okay, but not everyone knows how to test themselves, like to examine themselves if they have it.
True.
But is it a simple?
Actually, it's very easy.
Okay.
For one, like all they need to do is to use their like three middle fingers and
Okay.
then used to feel some lumps on their breast, including
Okay.
the armpit areas.
Okay.
So all they need to do is to divide the like the breast. So they are to check their left breast.
In
So they use the right hand.
Circular.
Okay.
The other way around.
Okay.
And I think the most important thing is to make sure that they feel all parts of the breast area,
Okay.
including the armpit area.
Okay, so kailangan flat na siya.
Flat.
Oo. So if you feel like nana siya gamayng bukol,
They need to submit themselves for checkup.
okay.
Because what normally happens when women notice lumps, especially small lumps, they will wait until they feel like uncomfortable with the lump before
Okay.
they actually submit
Pero there
themselves.
is no actual pain that you feel. What, you know, with the lump being there, wa siya physical pain, dili siya mo affect sa
When it
imo.
was still small.
Oo.
When it was still small. Pero when it becomes bigger, there are some pain under the armpit. Yes.
in ana
But the best time actually to be screened is when a woman doesn't feel anything. Because in most cases, when it's asymptomatic, in most cases, it's the earliest possible stage.
I see. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys were listening because actually it's very important that each woman should know that. You know, even as early as nagdadalaga 20 years old, di ba? Like you said, your youngest patient now has been diagnosed at 21. Okay, so it doesn't matter what age you are. You know, I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry. And am I right in saying that if you detect it earlier, then there's of course a greater chance that you will be in remission? Is that the term?
That's true, and that's precisely the reason why we have been advocating for the early detection of this disease, because the lower the number of the stage, the higher the chances of cure or survival.
Okay.
So a lot of patients has been living with the disease because they were able to detect the cancer at an early stage.
Okay. Sounds very good. Guys, do stick around because when we come back, we're going to get to know more about breast cancer right here on Real Life. Welcome back to Real Life. We're still here with Miriam Brillo and Ronald De Los Reyes. Okay? And before the break, we were talking about how to examine yourself for lumps that may lead to breast cancer. Okay? And my next question would be, let's talk about statistics. Is it only women who can get breast cancer, or even men can
Men
get
can
that?
actually get breast cancer. Like in Cebu, for every 100 Cebuana diagnosed of breast cancer, nay usasad nga lalaki nga ma-diagnose of breast cancer.
Mo ba?
So it's
I've
not as common as in women, pero na sa mga lalaki.
So asa man imo mukha si Ronald, ba't
For
ikaw
one,
ang basketball,
ang
basta
mga lalaki, for
basikuhan ka
example,
na.
ang mga lalaki sa kay nasan may breast. Though it's not as we are not as gifted as women, pero
But you can just eat a lot. Look at this. I'm just kidding.
Like in Metro Cebu, every year na duha or tulo ka lalaki ma-diagnose of breast cancer.
Oh my gosh, that's a shocker.
And I think
actually.
it's
Unsaon
also
man na.
worthy to know. Basically kay do men naamsad tay usa sa mga attributed nga attributing hormone nga maka-cause exposure to estrogen. Mas daghan man ang estrogen sa babae kumpara sa lalaki. So that's why mas daghan jud ang women nga ma-diagnose of breast cancer.
Okay.
Pero wala exempted gyud kung breast cancer. Though it's not as common, but I think also one thing sad nga importante nga mahibaw-an sa uban is basically kay kasagaran sa daghan sa kanang duha or tulo, kasagaran sa tanan niya kay mamatay tungod sa cancer.
Oh my goodness.
Kay for one, based on our experience, when a man is diagnosed with breast cancer, mauwaw man gud. So di yun na magpakita or di yun na magpa-check up. Kay imagine ma-diagnose ka breast cancer and then most men or even women, some women would think nga babae ray magka-breast cancer.
Yeah. Pero kanang si Ronald, di na siya tinuod. Kana bitaw, di ba, ang mga boys, kay murag mukurot man na sila sa puno. Ayaw, kiba cancer ko. Di na siya maka-cancer.
Wala yung studies nga nag-lead or attributed anang mga inana.
So,
even sa women, kanang, maingon sila nga, kanang tungod sa bra nga gahi or kanang underwear nga bra, wala may studies
dili
yun
should,
na.
no? Murag sa estrogen, gid na siya.
Usa sa gina siya. And other mga lifestyle-related sad nga practices.
Okay. So, like you mentioned earlier, Sir Ronald, no? Sa una, niingon ka nga, ang number one nga cancer, nga murag, in terms of people affected, is lung cancer.
In the Philippines, for the past years, nga number one gina ang lung cancer, both sexes combined.
Okay.
Pero in 2010, the Philippine Cancer Society reported nga ang breast cancer ni kuana ni overtake. So, since 2010, ang breast cancer mo ay number one nga cancer for both sex sa Philippines. And I think also it's worthy to note nga in the whole world, ikasiyam ang Pilipinas in terms of breast cancer incidence.
Wow.
And in the Asian region, kita mo ay number one in terms of breast cancer incidence.
So, why do you think that is the case, sir? You think maybe because of our diet and our lifestyle?
We, katong mga breast cancer advocates, we take it as a positive, in a positive note. For one, I think ang Philippines is one of the katong in terms of level of awareness.
I see. Okay, yeah.
We cannot, wala pa may primary prevention when we talk about breast cancer. So taas na gyud ang level of awareness sa mga babae. Kay daghan naman ma-diagnose.
Okay.
What we are actually alarmed of is basically daghan man gud gyapon ang mamatay.
Okay.
So ang kining breast cancer is one of the few cancers, common cancers na early detection and can be treated if detected and treated early. So, wa gyud untay rason nga mamatay ang mga kasagaran sa mga babae nga ma-diagnose ini nga sakit.
Okay.
And I think the only reason is because for every 10 women nga ma-diagnose ini nga sakit, 7 man gud ang ma-diagnose sa late nga stage. So tulo lang ang ma-diagnose sa early nga stage.
Okay.
So we want this nga
number to change.
Mabali.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only way nga mo survive ang mga babae sa mauni nga sakit.
Okay. Miss Miriam, I'm sure that it wasn't very easy for you, you know, from detection to treatment. But it only wasn't you, siguro, who was suffering. What about your family, the people around you? How did they cope with the diagnosis?
Mas sila ang nag-uol.
Oh, no? Anak yun na, no?
Murag lisod sa ila ni Juan kanang
ma-accept
na ako ani.
So sa imong family kinsa man ang most that affected jud sa tanan?
Ako husband.
Of course, no. And then what did he do? I mean, did he give you special treatment every day?
Oo. Karon noon nga imbis na ako cancer, mas na-feel yun na ko iyang love ug ako mga children. Mas kuan naman kay sila kanang Mommy, how are you? Kuan na kay sila sa ako ang kanang ang ilang mga affection mo rag kuan na kay sa ako every time nga nako gibati siya. What happened, Mommy?
Kanang murag.
Gibati niyo. So nakuan gyud ko nga siguro blessing po siguro ni cancer. Kuan ba?
It brings the family closer.
Yeah, it made us closer.
Okay. And now I'm sure that you're ecstatic that you're in remission, but does it mean that when you're in remission, what na gid chance you're fully cured na gid na siya? Unsa may pasabot ana?
In most cases when doctors tell on remission, so it's only temporary. So na may possibility nga mubalik siya.
Okay, so what are the steps that you are taking to prevent it from recurring?
No, I made it to point nga maka-exercise ko every day.
Okay, so that's important, no?
Yeah,
exercise
and then diet. I don't eat meat now. I don't eat meat. I only eat fish, fruits, vegetables, and I don't drink soft drinks anymore. All acidic.
Why?
So healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Total healthy lifestyle.
I love soda, obviously, But okay, yeah, bitaw, no, I think that good diet and exercise is really important to prevent not just cancer, but any other illness, no? Yeah, so maybe we should start maybe next month, no? So, kaon sa daghan karon ano niya. Next month, what na, di ba? Kahit ang vegetable. No, we really have to start today after I ate the steak downstairs. Anyway, okay, so actually we've learned a lot of things about cancer, breast cancer in particular, in this episode. So thank you guys for being here. But before we go, Miss Miriam, do you have maybe like a message to our viewers, those who are going through treatment right now?
My advice is kanang positive thinking lang tano, and then kanang always pray to the Lord and have faith in God, and then kanang stop worrying, kanang free lang kanang kuan yun pao ng mga worries mga kuan, just kanang be happy. Ano, di man noon nato malikayan nga natay kagood, pero kanang kuan
As much
as possible, do not be stressed.
Yeah.
Yun ang stress, yun ang pinaka
kontra jud ana
kuan
bitaw,
cancer.
no? Thank you for that. Sir Ronald, ikaw, unsa may imuhang advice?
Okay. For one, siguro, we in the Eduardo Aboitiz Cancer Center, we believe that breast cancer is a very curable disease, provided that all women will observe early detection measures such as monthly breast self-examination. So when a woman reach the age of 20 and above, she should observe monthly breast self-examination. Second is, for women aged 30 or 40 years old, they should have an annual clinical breast exam. Kausa lang siya sa usa ka tuig.
Okay.
Third is, for a woman at the age of 40, they should submit themselves for annual mammography screening. And the best time to have yourself mammogram is actually October, because a lot of discounts.
Okay.
So a lot of like hospitals and laboratory clinics are giving discounts. And women, they like discounts. Kada mag-sale ka, ang women magkuhan ka. So
yes, we do. Yeah.
So I think for if only all women mo observe anyang tulo ka early detection measures, I believe a lot of women will live or outlive breast cancer.
Very good. Okay, guys, I hope you were listening. And of course, doing the self-examination can also be fun, because you can do it with your husband, your boyfriend. Di ba pwede maglaing tao mo examine na, di ba? Well, of course, we're also promoting here safe sex, so don't go too far. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so guys, I mean, it's always good to, you know, to know about how we can detect breast cancer at the early stage. But of course, it's not only in the month of October that we do that. You know, it's always better to do it all year round, like Mr. Ronald said. All right, so that's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Real Life. And of course, we would like to thank Tavolata for having us here. Once again, my name is Alexis, saying thanks for keeping it here on RCTV Channel 36.
We got you covered.